hey, do you want to do this? Or this? Or how about this? Or how about this one? Well, let's go over some Decidueye gameplay together then. It was probably the most insane Decidueye game I ever played. And you will see how strong this character can really be. I changed my item bit a bit. I stopped going attack rate just to be a bit more consistent. I'm now running Focus Band, Body Barrier, and Muscle Band, just so I survive early game and mid game and maybe a late game assassination by a lot of characters, right? I just felt like it just felt much more consistent. Since then, I've been actually winning a lot of games. I pretty much have like an 80% win rate in my last 15 or 20 Decidueye games. And I feel like I'm getting very, very good at this character, and it's super, super fun. For early game, jungly Keyring, you have to be very far away from your opponents. His passive is very straightforward. The further you are away, the more damage you do to targets. So you want to be always max range. So I'm always across these voids and try to stay as far away as I can. And yeah, Spirit Checker, I'm getting very addicted to it. It's so fun to use. I really love Spirit Checker. I mean, I always love long range poke abilities or moves in any game that I play. So very excited how actually fun and good it feels now. And yeah, the Focus Band Body Barrier just allows me to, you know, just lift things much more easily. So we're just looking for level 7. Obviously, your early game is very weak. You barely do any damage. And you just want to try and hit level 7 as fast as you can. We do have red buff a bit, so I can zone him away a bit here, get a nice 16 score for myself. Actually, I wasn't quite on the spot. Yeah, so got glad he ganked the right lane that was able to win and get us a score in. Again, we don't have attack weight, but yeah, you really see it's not necessary. You don't need attack weight. I do so much damage. So we're level 6. I'm resetting for my next buffs. And after this buff rotation, we will be level 7 quite easily. So going for the bot buff again, the blue buff, we're on sand side, which means the blue buff always spawns on bot side. If you're on the grassy side, it will spawn top. So you always know exactly where it is. Thanks to the map layout, just gotta pay attention to it. Desert always bot side, the blue buff. Again, attacking the thing also over the wall, just so it's easier to be at max range and kite them around. And now we're level 7, now we want to play the game as much as we can and charge up those Spirit Checkers. A while ago, they made Spirit Checker much easier to reach the maximum charge in. And also, you know, you have the 3 charges now, so it's actually quite the strong ability. It's just the problem is that the Decidueye just struggles very hard sometimes, especially into this meta where Talonflame is. But there's a Talonflame, and let's look at the Spirit Checker damage. This is without if you also have full charge, you like lock them to the ground, and when they leave the zone, they get slowed. We hit 2, and we hit a 3rd Spirit Checker on him as well. And we just completely dismantled the enemy jungler in the mid side, checking if his buffs are up, but they're not up. And yeah, just hitting those. And it's just so much damage. Now the next guy, we also use Shadow Sneak with this because we are able to scout our targets. And look how much damage we do, right? We negate or we lower the defensive, and then our Spirit Checker just does crazy damage to a target. Also, Shadow Sneak just allows us to not get ambushed as much. I like just using Shadow Sneak late game around to see if enemies are around. This time I will walk towards... Actually, I wanted to walk towards the red buff first because I wanted to red buff into blue buff into bot lane, but then I realized, wait, the red buff is still not up, so I did blue buff first. I obviously want to have my buffs in level 9 for this next threat. Charge it up again, and now we just run towards bot lane. Also, I get Shadow Sneak just for a small move speed boost. And yeah. Also, I didn't mention I go eject button with this build. I think you just need to lift some stuff. X-Speed doesn't really make a lot of sense. X-Speed is much better than Razor Leaf build. And now we just start poking. Already hitting a huge thing. I'm just like, okay, I already poked them quite hard. I have Unite Move. The enemy jungle doesn't have Unite Move. I'm just using it. And we get 2 quick hits. This guy's trying to recoil there. Snipe him as well. And I know this Talonflame is still up, so I just Shadow Sneak, spot him, and we auto-attack him to death. He almost got red though. Almost got it. But get a quadra kill for myself. So we pretty much hit almost every Spirit Checker this game so far. Something you have to be aware about. So my team also should probably be aware about that the enemy Talonflame is in this brush looking for a snipe on the Dread and just stop hitting it. Sniping no Dino away, why not? Make the enemies even more angry. And now our buffs are going to respawn any second. I can either decide to go to top or buffs, but my buffs are literally about to spawn, so always time them in my head and instantly do it again. Actually, my my Spirit Checker snap back for a shot for one time. Gotta be careful with the snapbacks, can happen on the Spirit Checker quite easily as well. Always make sure you just release the ability button before you release your joystick. That's just the most important thing. I'm trying to avoid snapback as much as you can. Now we're looking our camera around. We always have to look around with our camera a lot in these kind of builds, like Solar Beam and Spirit Checker. We just have to always look out and just move our camera a lot to understand how low our characters and how far can we do. Now it's just poking. We have our Spirit Checkers, we just poke and poke and poke. We get 1k here, and even without attack, we do crazy damage. And now the Rotom is dead. We also snipe the Rotom. We get the much damage here. We snipe Rotom, and we are absolutely just on fire this game so far. Using the next Spirit Checker, again, looking for my camera very far away. Going for the War Turtle. Does have Focus Band, so don't quite get the kill there. But still doing a lot of damage. And looking for more snipes again, moving my camera, looking where I can snipe, hitting both of these characters, and they both just die. And I get a nice 49 overcap in here. The Rotom setting the goal to 1 HP, and we get 50 coins in, making that 49 overkill on the first tool, which is the maximum you can do. So quite nice. Staying a bit back now, I have to still be careful again. You die very, very fast, right? So you don't want to overextend too much if you can. Looking for those max range snipes. And luckily I have a Blissey this game who can help me out quite nicely. Trying to hit more max range Spirit Check as much as we can. Gengar is very low, try to snipe him. Couldn't quite find him. Probably went the other way, but I had to guess if he was in the brush or not. And now the next threat is about to spawn. We have Unite Move again. So you kind of just want to use Unite Move after hitting a big Spirit Checker. You just kind of want to use your Unite Move to try and finish off a target. I'm here just using it early. I thought this was actually kind of weird. Yeah, I wasn't happy with this. I thought the enemies would run away, not into me. But we hit another big Spirit Checker. And yeah, this character is very good at executing objectives, right? So with this character, it's similar to like Dragon Knight, Hyper Beam. You can just start an objective, and if you're confident in sniping it, you get it. I get so many Zapdoses with this character as well. It's very, very fun and very, very strong. It does so much damage. And here we sniped the Talonflame. This was actually funny. I was aiming for the Blastoise, but I missed the Blastoise. But there was a Talonflame on like very low HP in the brush next to him that we actually killed instead of the Blastoise. So quite funny. And yeah, we're just hitting so many Spirit Checkers this game. We're just doing crazy, crazy damage. I think this game I did 41% team damage or something. So yeah, it was one of the best Decidueye games I've ever played. And yeah, I'm getting very, very fun. It's just so addicting to play. Talonflame goes in again. Have to be careful, but again, we have a Blissey. Also, we don't have to always fully charge up our Spirit Checker just for like some quick damage, and we snipe him again. He tries to get away. And now we have to run. Blastoise is a very difficult character to sometimes deal with, but Blissey unites us. And we just auto-take them to death. There's one guy left. And we just do a quick charge up. There we go. It's just the max charge up obviously does more damage, but sometimes you can also just do a bit of smaller ones in between your auto-attacks. And but you don't get the slow. So the thing is, if you charge it up to the line, you get that area on the ground where the enemies get slowed if they walk out of it. So that's something you just kind of want to have, but you don't always have to go for it. Like here you can see just some quick Spirit Checkers that still do almost or like over 1,000 damage in between our auto attacks, just so we don't have to charge it up fully. Now we're almost 15, which is perfect. If you're 15 on the Decidueye level on Zapdos, you just do crazy damage. Look how much we chunk him. One Spirit Checker and he has to half HP. He has to use his Unite Move as well to live, which he should have not done. He should have died. Would have been much better for him to just die. Have to watch out for the Brave Birds though. That's the only problem with the Decidueye. Against a good Brave Bird Talonflame player, you will struggle. You might struggle. Machamp using Unite now, we like to see those as well. Huge mistake by him on his side. Never do that. It's 2:30 on the clock, so we don't use our Unite moves here. We just poke him a bit. I shouldn't go too deep though, but I have a Blissey next to me, so I'm quite confident. Hitting another Shadow Sneak, more poke. But it was kind of pointless. I didn't really have to go this. I just wanted to be annoying and just ramp up my damage as much as I can. The strat is not going to spawn, so 14 seconds, Zapdos. I'm trying to find 15 as fast as I can. There wasn't a lot of farm up, so couldn't quite do it until now. But there's one more buff spawning, and I know my team has positioning right now, so we see also 2 on top side. So I know I have time to do the buffs very fast. Get my 15. Now we look to maybe cut them off from top side. We always envision on them, so I'm just going to Spirit Checker the brush. And we chunk him instantly to half HP this days. I instantly Unite Move, that's what I said, Spirit Checker and Unite Move. Sadly couldn't quite find the kill, but Talonflame had to engage as well to maybe save his days, and we snipe him when he goes to the brush. Now we know Gengar's behind us, so it's like kind of weird. There's a Blastoise on the bottom left, there's a Gengar on the top right, and there's a Machamp on the right. On the top left, I mean a Gengar. So we're kind of in a bad position, but I just have to play close to my Blissey. I know the Gengar's there, and that's where the Shadow Sneak comes in so handily. I can snipe a lot. Here my Focus Band also helps me live against the Gengar. We hit another snipe, and there's still a Blastoise down here. Blastoise in the bottom left brush, and I know he's in there, but my team doesn't. But the Shadow Sneak scouts him out. We know he's there. But I'm just confident. I'm just going for the Zapdos now. There's only 2 up. And charging up my Shadows, my Shadow Shackle, and there we go. Very, very easy snipe on the Zapdos. And now we also kill Blastoise. Just run him down. Another snipe, bam. And well, it was such a fun game. I had so much fun playing this one. Now I try to be a bit too fancy as well. I know that's the problem. You look how fast you die, right? There you go. This is how fast you die without any support. And yeah. But I think the game pretty much ended there. I was dead for pretty much the rest of the game, so quite sad. And yeah, this was a 41% team damage game, 110k damage. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye!